Right, I'm just going to explain. So this is a video titled, "Is the Fortuna worth it?" Now, the answer to that question is yes, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But first, I'm just going to go into how to unlock the weapon. Now, you've got the Fortuna. Obviously, you have to get 1,160 kills with five. I think it's five carbines. Now, at the time, I went for the Mercenary, the ACX-11, Razor GD, and the GD7F. Now, this is because I also went for the Charger, but I should have gone for the Bandit. Now, the Charger in itself is a really good gun, but you have to be able to hit headshots with it. Now, with the ACX-11, for example, this is a headshot machine. If you can hit headshots with it, you do 200 damage at 10 meters, which is really strong. Now, it's kind of like a mini Gorsaw, for example. You know, everything's pretty good about it. But again, as a new player, I didn't really know this at the time. Now, I went away, so I left and came back. So basically, I already had a ton of kills in the AF-19 Mercenary and the GD23. I left and I came back and I had like 300 kills in the the GD7F. I had like 400 kills in the ACX-11, and the Charger I had like 400 kills in it or something, or 500 kills. So I'd already kind of used all these, so I just kind of picked up where I left off. Now, for the most part, I just played Engineer. I used to die a ton, but the Charger for me, I actually quite liked the Charger at the time. I like the way the sight is on the Charger, like this. I don't know why I like these sights better than I like the standard sights, like the Fortuna, for example. So I mean, this sight is really nice, but I prefer the other sight. I don't know why. I just think it has a nice look to it. But at the time, I probably should have gone for the Bandit. Now, the reason why the Bandit is so good is because it has it's not just the look of the gun, but the actual so when you aim down sight, let me just show you. It'll be easy to show you. So it has really good hip fire, like this, and it also, when you aim down sight, you can move from side to side really quick, and it just makes it a lot, you know, it just makes it a lot better. Now, I used the Charger. I used it on light assault and I used it on Engineer, mostly Engineer. But now, that's what I did to get it. Now, you can obviously test out all the guns and use whatever gun you like. This is just a small guide, really, just as a reference. But again, the GD7F, so the GD7F has 143 damage at 10 meters, but it has one of the fastest fire rates of any gun. It is really strong. Now, the reason why I don't use the GD7F and the ACX-11 and the AF-19 Mercenary and stuff like that is because they don't have a buttstock, and I don't know why. It just bugs the hell out of me. Like, where's the buttstock? I feel like with the carbines, it would be in a military kind of scenario, you would have the carbines as the default weapon for most, if not all, infantry soldiers. And I don't know why they don't have a buttstock, and I don't know, it just annoys me. So I don't use the GD7F for that reason. Based on the fact that the gun doesn't have a buttstock. I know it's kind of lame, but that's just what it is. And the Fortuna as well. I don't know why the Fortuna doesn't have a buttstock. It's kind of annoying, but I don't know. So moving on to the Fortuna. Now, the Fortuna itself is a good gun, but it's a good gun to a point, but you won't use the underbarrel shotgun. Now, for example, right, if I miss with a shotgun, if I hit with a shotgun like that, I could pull out my gun to finish them off, like my pistol, or in this case, I have a shotgun secondary because it's an NG. But if you switch back, you're then in single shot. Now, in the old Call of Duty days, you would switch between guns to avoid the reload animation. So, for example, you would reload your gun at a safe place. You would come into battle, you would shoot somebody, you would kill them, and then you would switch fire like that. So you would do that, switch fire, and then you would finish them off with your pistol, and then when you switch back to your weapon, you would have full fire mode, not single fire mode, if I'm correct. Now, this also bugs the hell out of me, and this is on every gun, like every gun with an underbarrel. So if you've got an underbarrel shotgun, underbarrel frigging grenade launcher, like here for example, right? Let me just check. Gauze rifle S, same thing. So for example, right? If you, I mean, with this you have to switch frigging more fire modes. So with this, if I shoot the underbarrel shotgun and switch back, it's in single fire mode. Now you end up reloading again when you flick up on the touchpad, on the D-pad. So you're back to where you was. Now with this particular gun, it has like 3 fire modes, I think. So you've got full shot, you've got burst fire, and then you've got single shot. Flicking through all those to get to the one you want is just annoying, and for some reason they haven't addressed the issue for years, and that also bugs the hell out of me to the point where I'm pissed off. Like, that Rel doesn't give a shit. People have complained about it, but Rel doesn't give a shit. And it's the same with the Fortuna. You know, you're never going to use the underbarrel really. Now there is times when I've ran in a room and I've literally zoomed in on someone's head and I've one-shotted them with it, right? And then I've got some dude saying, oh, you fucking shitter, mate, you fucking shit. But realistically, nobody uses these. Like, you just don't see them on the battlefield. And it's for that reason. You know, you switch fire modes, you're in single shot, you know, it's just annoying. You try and go back to, you know, the fire mode, and you're back here again, and then you have to switch fire modes again. And half the time you don't even know what fire mode you're in because you're frigging pissing around trying to, you know, you can't, I think on PC you can switch straight from one fire mode to the next. So I could go straight to my underbarrel and straight to, you know, normal fire mode again. So like this, you know, but you can't do that really on PlayStation. Now, certain guns, like for example the hybrid rifle, if you get the QR, I think that's how you say it. If you get that, for example, so let me just get the grenade launcher for example, right? Now the grenade launcher actually on the QR is good. QR, I think that's how you say it. But you can, so as soon as you switch back, you're in full fire mode again, like this. So it's kind of good to use it. Now it takes a long time to reload, but realistically it's not too bad. So you do that, you switch back, and you're back to where you started. So pretty good. But do I use it on the QR? Not really. I just use the forward grip, just because I'm not used to having an underbarrel. I don't even use it. I don't even know it's there half the time. But that's it. So to answer your question, so let me go back to carbines. Is the Fortuna worth it? I would say yes. Not only does it look pretty cool, but the actual gun itself isn't too bad. Now let's just check the stats real quick. You know, it does 167 damage at 15 meters, which is not bad. And it also has really nice hip fire, like this. You know, the hip fire on it is really, really good, really amazing.
Visual on a hostile light assault trooper.
So yeah, so just to answer the question, is it worth it? I would say yes, it is. Would I grind for it straight away though? Not really. It's something that you have, you know, that you have as a gun, but sometimes you just don't use it. I probably should use it more, but I would prefer to use the GD7F if I was using a gun or the Bandit. I think I have around 2k kills with a Bandit now. I use the Bandit non-stop as a carbine. I don't really use the Fortuna. Plus, I can't really use the Fortuna on my medic, so I use Bandit medic instead. But if I was using a gun, if I was using engineer a lot, most of the time I'm picking LMG engineer. But for carbines wise, it's actually a really nice carbine, and yeah, I would recommend it. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon.